Hey, this is Matt once again. What about to the video? This is another paid request, this time for Kevin. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos or topics, reactions, commentaries, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. So, Kevin wanted me to do a versus Halloween 4 versus Friday the 13th Part 7 The New Blood versus Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 The Dream Master. And this is a bit tough for me, because I liked all three of them. I liked all three of these sequels. Halloween 4, I like the sister relationship between Ellie Cornell and Danielle Harris. I think both of them worked very well. I like the inclusion of Donald Pleasance in there. I thought the direction, I liked it was a more pumped up version of the original Halloween. Although that could be... It's a good and it's a bad thing as well, which I'll get to. Friday the 13th Part 7 The New Blood. I love Kane Hodder's portrayal as Jason. I love the look of Jason. I have the uncut version. It looks like a VHS, but I'm fine with that. Because it's Friday the 13th, it's not Blade Runner. So I'm fine with it looking like a VHS. So I can see the gore, and the gore looks cool. Man, it might look like a VHS version, but I don't care. Would I like to see it in HD? Of course, but I mean, I could deal with this. I don't mind Laura Parlington. I like the telekinetic battles. I think they're kind of cool and fun to see. Brings a little bit different vibe compared to other Friday the 13th films. Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, I absolutely adore. I love Lisa Wilcox as Alice. I like the new characters. I love the dream sequences, the Rennie Harlin's direction. And this is where I'm kind of looking at, where I look at all three of these movies. Again, all came out, I think, the same year, 1988. So to me, it was a good year for horror sequels. Does then Hellbound Hellraiser 2 also came out that year? So that's like my favorite Hellraiser film. Elm Street 4 is my favorite Elm Street film. Friday the 13th Part 7 is probably my second favorite Friday the 13th film. Halloween 4 is one of my favorites. I mean, I like it. Okay, if I think of the lead characters, I liked all the lead characters in these movies, but I will give it to Lisa Wilcox, because she's the one who I could gravitate more towards. She's the one I was the most liked when I was a kid. When I was in school, I was a quiet person. I was a shy person. I was in my shell. I would daydream a lot, just like Alice. So I think as a kid, this is the one I watched the most as well. The other two I didn't watch till much later, into my late teens, early 20s. This one I saw a lot when I was a kid, so I saw a lot of myself in the Alice character. And just like she did, I eventually broke out of my shell, just like she did. And that was nice to see in that journey. And I thought Lisa Wilcox, I do like Laura Parlington, I do like Danielle Harris and Ellie Cornell, but Lisa Wilcox just was even more appealing to me. Not just her character, but I liked her acting performance. She's my favorite character in the whole franchise. One of my favorite female leads in a movie. Just love the Alice character in Elm Street 4. Elm Street 5, they don't really do much with her, but I'm talking about Elm Street 4, love that character. Special effects wise, I'd give it Elm Street 4. There's some good gore in Halloween 4, the shotgun impalement gag. Sadly, Friday the 13th Part 7, it's hard to judge. The theatrical cut, there's no gore because the MPA butchered it. So the version that most people would see, they're seeing a very, very dry movie. All the gore has been cut. They completely butchered and killed that movie by killing all the gore, sucking all the gore out. Now, granted, if you, like me, have a VHS-looking copy of the Part 7, yes, you see the lines of the VHS tape, and it's not HD quality, but you do tell that the gore is pretty cool. The guy gets his head crushed into a peanut. the axe to the face. You see this bit indentation, but again, the rough video quality is not going to be appealing to a lot of people, understandably so. So then you go to Elm Street 4, and I think the kills are very creative, very inventive. Let's suck face, and the girl gets her body sucked like a vacuum. The especially the cockroach gag. The cockroach stuff still to me is one of the like, ew, just oof, really like the arm and the face ripping off into this cockroach, and then it pulls back, and Freddy is holding his hand and crushes it. You can check in, but you can't check out. To me, that's one of the most inventive death scenes I've seen in a movie, let alone the franchise. So that really, really comes into play because of that bit. Music-wise, I don't mind the score in Halloween 4. Friday the Part 7 score, it's there. But Elm Street 4, I mean, come on, it's the intro to my... Well, when I do showcase the intro, I don't showcase it as much because I know a lot of people understandably got tired of it. Okay, let's skip the intro, so that's why I don't put it... Maybe once in a blue moon I'll do it for special occasions, but... Alice getting ready in front of the mirror. I've had a lot of people ask me what that music is. That's Alice getting ready in front of the mirror, taking off the pictures, showing more of herself. Bright guitar work. Fucking A. And she's getting ready for battle. That's from Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. I like the songs as well. Anything by Dramarama. I don't even mind the Sinead O'Connor song, Rest in Peace to Her. I don't mind Running from a Nightmare by Tuesday Night, the song that begins the movie. I think that's a pretty good song. So I would give the music to... I would give the music to Elm Street 4. I would give the effects to Elm Street 4. I would give the lead actress to Elm Street 4. And also just the direction. Like, Halloween 4's direction I don't think is that bad, as some people say it is. I think the director also did Rapid Fire with Brandon Lee. Dwight H. Little is the director's name. He created decent mood and lighting scheme to make it feel like the Halloween season. He's able to create some pretty competently directed sequences. The scene on the rooftop where they have to escape and Michael Myers is chasing them, that's a pretty good set piece. The bit at the gas station where Don Pleasant has to get out of the way of the explosion. Friday the Part 7 The New Blood, there's really not much to talk about direction-wise. John Carl Beatler really wasn't that guy. I would say probably more so with the bits of action. It was nice to see the telekinetic stuff showcased. I think that definitely helped with the Kane Hodder performance, the way he reacted. He was able to do stunts. So when the piece of house lands on him, or he's being electrocuted, or he's on fire, Kane Hodder definitely helped in getting that showcased. I guess a con for the Elm Street 4 is the way it handles the Dream Warriors. I don't understand people being upset, because I like Dream Warriors as well, and I don't think they need to be killed that easily. Although I like the death scenes, like the "how's this for a wet dream?" I like the way that was set up. But yeah, they seem to go out a bit too quickly. And so you don't have that issue with Halloween 4 or Friday the Part 7. But I guess I was able to overcome it because I like Lisa Wilcox so much, and Hell, I didn't like the way they handled Nancy's death in part 3 and John Saxon's death, so there you go. Halloween 4, a con is that it's a pumped up version of Halloween, but at the same time, it's still fairly similar to Halloween, where there's not a whole lot of deviation in terms of story, other than the lead is a little girl instead of Jamie Lee Curtis. But it's Michael Myers killing people one by one, and they have to figure out what to do next. And Donald Pleasance is trying to find the evil, and compared to like Part 7 The New Blood with the telekinetic angel, and then the Dream Master with the Lisa Wilcox and the creative death scenes, like as got the MTV Freddy feel and look to it, so it makes it seem unique compared to the others. At Friday the Person of the New Blood, I like Laura Palmer Lincoln, but I would say I would put Lisa Wilcox above her. I would put Ellie Cornell and Danielle Harris above her, and then her support in Friday the Person of the New Blood, they're kind of there. Again, the reason I like that film so much is because of I watched the uncut version. So seeing the gore, seeing the telekinetic action set pieces, really liking Kane Hodder's look. It's my favorite look of Jason. It's one of my favorite looks of a horror character. The hockey mask, but it's been all torn up, and the face and the spine shown in the back. I love the look of it. So I would say, while Freddy Krueger's a close look-wise, Part 7 The New Blood, Jason. Character-wise, of course, Freddy Krueger, because he has more to play with, because he can talk. It is close between the two. Halloween 4, the mask of Michael Myers is a bit okay, weird. Not as bad as Halloween 5, I'll give you that. But not quite as good as Halloween 1 and 2. So it's in between. I don't mind the mask in Halloween 4 compared to other movies. I think it's better than the mask in Halloween 5 or the 85 mask in Halloween H2O. But yeah, the cast of Friday the 13th of the New Blood, they're not as standouts compared to, again, Ellie Cornell, Danielle Harris, Donald Pleasance. I don't mind the sheriff in that movie. Was it Bo Starr? I believe the actor's name. And then Person in the New Blood. I mean, Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. I liked Danny. I liked the guy who plays Lisa Wilcox's brother. I forget his name. Andres Jones. I like the other characters. I'm bad with names, though. The nerdy lady, the one working out. I like those actresses and actors. I like those characters. And of course, Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund stealing the show in that. And the finales, I would give to Elm Street 4, because Halloween 4, I like the idea, but because nothing ever comes of it, of her being possessed, nothing comes of it, so it feels like a useless ending, in a way. Although I like the idea. It creates interest of where it's going. Nowhere, that's where it's going. Person in the New Blood, I don't mind the telekinetic, but because the powers that be fucked with John Carl Beekler, you have the bit where the father comes out, but he looking not much different, just some mud on his face, because the one lady's like, no, John Carl Beekler, you cannot have this guy looking like a skeleton. Go find a tampon and get the fuck out of here. But that's in the finished product, Sally. Not the tampon, but the guy looking like he's just got some mud on his face. But in the version I watch, he looks a bit more ghoulish, so. But I gotta take into account that most people don't watch in the theatrical cut, so that's why I have to mention that. So that's a detriment. Elm Street 4, you have this cool fight where Lisa Wilcox is kicking ass, using martial arts, using the electrical thing. I love the church setting. I love I think the score works well. I think Robert Englund and Lisa Wilcox work well together. And then one of the best Freddy deaths. The souls going to the mouth. That's that Rennie Harlan like energetic direction. The idea of going through the mouth, like the souls, and going through the inside of the body, the souls, and coming out of Freddy and ripping them apart. Probably my favorite Freddy death scene. And in fact, I think this is where the franchise should have ended. Because that's ended with a bang. So it should have ended it there. So I guess the more I think about it, as much as I like the other sequels, I'd give it Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. Gotta give it to that one. How sweet. Fresh meat. You have fun lines from Freddy. Yeah, you didn't need the dog pissing to bring him back. But I do like the delivery. You shouldn't have buried me. I'm not dead. And Rennie Harlan really showcases direction in that with like the angles he gave Freddy Krueger, the way he stylized certain sequences. Plus, he's always been a favorite director of mine. Cliffhanger, Mindhunters, Die Hard 2, Deep Blue Sea, Adventures of Ford Fairlane. I really do like Rennie Harlan as a director, so... I even like Prison, the film he did before this. So I did think of all the directors, he's the one that has the most style and creativity with it. So I think that really helped Elm Street 4 over the other two sequels. But I like all three of them as well. So, but I will put Elm Street 4 as the winner for me. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. And yeah, I know all the background noise. The rooster gave his seal of approval on my choice, I guess. If you heard that, the rooster's like, yes. I guess I picked the one he enjoyed. Now we're gonna get some Popeye's chicken. Later.